I always think of the compost heap as the boiler house of the garden. For an organic gardener, it's making use of all your organic waste, rotting it down so you can return it to the soil as enrichment. The most important thing is to get a decent enclosure for it, either post and wires or wooden slats, so it's not slithering over the garden. And then mix everything up when you put it in. Lawn mowings, vegetable waste, no food. Don't put bread or cooked food in because you'll just attract vermin. If you're putting thick-rooted weeds in, you risk perpetuating them as well, so keep them out, but annuals can go in. You can chip wooden stems and mix it all up, and in the space of 3, 4, 6 months, hotter weather will make it rot down faster. In winter, it might take a year, but you will produce organic matter that really enriches your soil, and it doesn't cost you a penny. Finding a good fertiliser for your garden when you're organic is vital. You don't want your plants to starve just because you don't like using chemicals. So I am a devotee of blood, fish and bone. Dried blood sounds ghastly, but it's good for the garden. Fish meal and bone meal all mixed up. They have the 3 main ingredients that plants need to feed: nitrogen, phosphates and potash. The thing about blood, fish and bone is it's quite a long-lasting fertiliser. It needs soil bacteria to break it down before its nutrients are available to plants. It's also a very good lawn fertiliser. My lawn gets a couple of applications of blood, fish and bone every year, once in March, April and again in June, and that is all it gets. If you look closely at it, there's little weeds in there, but it's green and crisp and even, all thanks to blood, fish and bone. And everything that grows in this garden is on a diet of that. A couple of sprinklings before you plant anything, and again during the summer, water it in. This is what you get. Not a bad fertiliser. We all worry about using plastics in the garden, and it is a worry as soon as that plastic has to be discarded. Plastic is only a problem when you throw it away, so if you've got plastic plots, just make sure you keep on using them. But for me, clay pots, terracotta, taken from the earth, crafted and fired. There's something wonderful about them. They're complementary to the plants that grow in them, and you can make a clay pot, if you're careful and you don't drop it, last for centuries. I've got a few that have done just that, and when they do break, well then they become crocks, drainage material for the bottom. And I think the clay flower pot is one of the most environmentally friendly containers of all time. When it comes to being an organic gardener, harnessing nature's way of helping you is really useful. And I'm thinking of birds. We used to feed birds during the winter months. Now, mercifully, from the bird's point of view, we feed them all the year round. It costs me a fortune, mind you. I have a bird table and dangling hangers filled with feed, and a bird bath too, which I have to clean out daily. Make sure you give the birds a regular supply of food. They'll come to know where it is and to rely on you for it. But also, that fresh water is vital. Clean any bird feeders every couple of weeks so that disease isn't perpetuated. Greenfinches caught something very nasty from dirty bird feeders, so be hygienic with your bird food. But then you'll discover when the birds come in, they help you with slug control, green fly control. All manner of nasty insects will disappear down the gullet of your friendly blue tit. And also, they're lovely to have about, aren't they? Time was when every gardener had what he called a spray programme. It began in spring and it ran right the way through to winter, with winter washes on fruit trees to kill, well, just about everything actually. We don't want to kill everything anymore, so we're very careful. We look for ways of controlling pests that are not harmful to the environment. And one of those ways is by choosing plants which are naturally disease resistant. Roses are martyrs to mildew and black spot. But choose a rose which not only has beautiful and fragrant flowers, but which has shiny, leathery leaves, and you will find it simply doesn't suffer from mildew and black spot. By all means, make sure the plant isn't under stress, because that's when mildew and black spot attack. Dryness at the roots is a prime cause, but choose a rose with lovely glossy leaves or the rugosa varieties, and you will find that mildew and black spot are a thing of the past with nary a spray in your cupboard.